Hello everyone. Welcome to Motivational Journey in Life. Today I will share with you a very good topic about success and self-control, the best revenge to people who hurt you. True revenge, real strength doesn't lie in anger, but in self-mastery. When you're betrayed, hurt, or disrespected, the first instinct for many is to strike back, to make the other person feel the pain they caused. But according to ancient Stoic philosophy, revenge isn't about confrontation or rage. True revenge is rising above the pain and transforming it into fuel for your personal growth. Power doesn't come from hurting others, it comes from controlling your emotions, your actions, and refusing to let others disturb your inner peace. When someone wounds you, they often expect a reaction, anger, sorrow, or hatred. But when you choose calm, when you choose to grow instead of retaliate, they lose all power over you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That means becoming a better version of yourself, stronger, wiser, and unshaken by negative emotions. Revenge isn't about them facing consequences, it's about you living so well that their presence becomes irrelevant. When you master yourself, you've already won. And that is the deepest, most powerful form of revenge. Indifference is power. When you stay silent, they lose control. When someone hurts you, they often want more than just to cause physical or emotional pain. They want to control your emotions, to make you angry, sad, or lose your composure. But what they don't expect is that indifference can be the most powerful weapon. When you don't react, when you give them no emotional response to feed off of, they lose all their power. Stoics understand this deeply. Reaction is a choice. We can't control what others do, but we can always control how we respond. And when you choose indifference, when you refuse to be pulled into the storm of negative emotions, you reclaim control over your own life. Indifference doesn't mean you don't feel, it means you understand that you don't owe a reaction to those who hurt you. You don't need to defend yourself, explain yourself, or fight back. All you need to do is move forward, calmly, quietly. That is a form of inner strength, one so steady and powerful, it leaves others confused and powerless. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Indifference is how you prove that, not through words, but through calm, self-control, and powerful silence. When you no longer care, you've already won. Success is the silent response. No need to argue, let your results speak. When someone doubts you, looks down on you, or hopes for your failure, the natural reaction is often to prove yourself immediately, through words, debates, or even anger. But the truth is, words carry little weight compared to action. And the most powerful action is success. Success doesn't need noise. It doesn't need announcements or explanations. It is a quiet, yet undeniable response that renders all doubt meaningless. When you stop arguing, stop justifying, and instead focus on growing, building a meaningful life, and achieving real milestones, you silence those who once dismissed you. Not because you fought back, but because you rose far beyond them. This is exactly what Stoic philosophers emphasized: live so well that those who once hurt you fade into insignificance. They may wish for your downfall, expect you to stay bitter or fail, but you quietly keep moving forward. Every step you take, every goal you reach, every bit of growth you achieve becomes an invisible blow to their doubt. There's nothing more disarming than watching someone you once underestimated shine. But the most powerful part is this: you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you, to live fully, to rise above, to become the best version of yourself. Let success be your only response. And when you reach it, you won't need to say a word, your results will speak louder than anything you could ever say. Control your reactions. The power to choose is always yours. In life, you can't control how others treat you. There will always be hurtful words, unfair behavior, or situations that trigger anger and pain. But what truly matters is this: you always have the power to choose your response. Many people let emotions take over, reacting impulsively in moments of anger or hurt. But reacting without thinking often makes things worse, and sometimes turns you into a victim of your own emotions. Stoic philosophy teaches that between what happens to you and how you respond, there is always a pause, and in that pause lies your freedom. You can choose calm over anger. You can choose silence over argument. You can choose to move forward instead of staying stuck in resentment. When you take control of your reactions, others no longer have power over you. You preserve your inner peace, and that is true strength. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you that makes you suffer, but how you interpret and respond to it." When you master yourself, you don't just survive difficult moments, you grow stronger with each challenge. Mastering your emotions to be free, breaking the chains of the past. Emotions are an essential part of life, but if not managed properly, they can become chains that bind you to the past. Unresolved hurt, anger, or regret quietly influence your thoughts and actions, slowing your progress. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It means recognizing your feelings, understanding where they come from, and choosing how to respond consciously. When you clearly understand what's happening inside you, you are no longer pulled by negative emotions, like anger, resentment, or sorrow, that only drain your energy. Stoic philosophy teaches that true freedom begins from within. When you are no longer controlled by your emotions, you cease to be a victim of circumstances or the past. You become the master of yourself, calm, steady, and strong. Nothing is more valuable than the lightness you feel when you let go of emotional burdens that no longer serve your growth. And when you learn to master your emotions, you are not only free, you truly mature. Life so well that you become irrelevant, happiness and success fade painful pasts. When you live a full life, rich with success and happiness, those who once hurt you gradually lose their importance in your mind. They don't disappear entirely, but their influence fades, becoming a distant memory that can no longer wound you. Your success and happiness are the most effective form of revenge, not through words or anger, but by building a life they cannot touch. When you focus on personal growth, pursue your goals, and enjoy life's joys, you prove that past hurts cannot hold you back. Stoic philosophy teaches that no one has the power to control your inner happiness except yourself. By living well, you not only heal your wounds but also become stronger and freer. Your life becomes a beacon, shining above the hardships and those who once caused you pain. When you live well enough, you no longer need to spend time thinking about those who hurt you. They become just a part of the past, a closed chapter. That is true freedom and the deepest victory you can achieve. Inner peace is the ultimate victory, the power to rise above all negativity. Inner peace is not simply a feeling of calm or relaxation. It is a profound state of self-mastery where you are no longer shaken by the negative actions, words, or attitudes of others. When you achieve this peace, you have conquered a peak that many aspire to but few truly hold. In life, you will inevitably face betrayal, injustice, or harsh words. These are unavoidable. But if you allow these things to control your mind, you will remain trapped in a cycle of pain and anger. Inner peace is the choice to no longer let those things affect you, to not let them disrupt your life. This is the true victory, not revenge or retaliation through similar actions. When you maintain peace within your soul, the negative actions of others become meaningless and lose their power to hurt you. Inner peace allows you to see things more clearly, free from the influence of negative emotions, and focus on what truly matters: personal growth, joy in life, and inner freedom. Achieving inner peace is the final step and the deepest victory in the journey of self-mastery. When you are truly at peace, you have won. If you find the video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.